Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
What's up, everybody? Let's Talk Jets Radio Fan Series number 5. My good friend Shaq. Shaq, what's up, man?
Same old, man. Just living life, man. Just all over the place, busy, and trying to keep up with you guys, and it's been a struggle. I
Come
can't
on,
lie.
man. We're easy to follow, man. We're nice, we're friendly, we're positive.
Oh yeah, of course. You come on, Tyson. Come on. It's me. I've known you guys for years. Come on, it's me. But I always try to keep the show on and put my phone on and leave you guys, talking. I can't watch it, so I just try to leave it up. And it's hard to do that because I gotta use my phone to make phone calls, and I'm all over the place. I am all over the place. I need a business phone. That's what I need.
So first of all, it's good talking to you. We haven't talked to you in a while. I used to call on the show all the time. I love that. But how long have you been a fan, man? When did you start becoming a fan of the Jets?
I became a fan in 2002. Chad Pennington is my favorite player. He's the reason I love the team. He worked so hard. It was one game he got hurt, and he came back in the game after he got hurt. I'm not sure if you guys remember it, but I remember it like it was yesterday. And I'm like, man, this guy is tough. I'm like, I like this team. I like this team. And that's how I started liking the Jets.
Favorite.
Chad Pennington is the reason why I've been suffering the last, 10 years. Hopefully it changes this year, though.
Yeah, so going from that, so there's been a lot of highs and lows with the Jets. So if somebody had to ask you, as of June 27th, what is life like a Jet fan? What is life as a Jet fan? How would you describe it?
Ups and downs. It's a lot of them. That 2015 year was we were coming back up.
Yep.
And that damn Bills game, man, my God. My God. Kimbrel Thompson or whatever, that guy, he had the ball in his hands. And oh my God. But before that, man, we had, it was the Santana Moss years, and then what was it? The 06 year we went to the playoffs, and then obviously the Mark Sanchez, that little dynasty we had, even though really we didn't come out with any championships. It was the best time to be a Jet, and
that's
even
the Rex Ryan times, man.
Yeah,
that was wild.
That was amazing. That year, the first year, nobody expected us to do anything. We just, were just riding with the motion and just like, we got a rookie quarterback. Let's see where we can go. And then, we go on from there. Hopefully we, turn that around this year and do the same like we did in 09.
So when you look back at Mark Sanchez as a Jet, how would you describe his career? Do you think he was a good Jet, or was he did the team fail him? Was he just not a good player? What did you think about him?
After years, I thought about it. I said we failed him. I want to say that 2013 year, we took everything away. We took his favorite weapon away, Jericho Cotchery, and that's when he went down. But that playoff Sanchez, those playoff games, I feel like he wasn't the reason why we lost those AFC Championship games. I feel like he was playing at a good level to keep us to win the game. It was actually the defense that failed us. The defense kept us alive all year, and then decides to fail the last game to get us in the Super Bowl. That was ridiculous. But Mark Sanchez he was okay. He was okay. Wasn't the best, but he was okay. Tyson? Hello?
Sorry, man.
We're good.
Yeah, it's probably
Okay.
a minute there that I screwed up. Yeah, so sorry, man. My Wi-Fi, my whole computer just went down. Shit was wild.
I'm like, you was looking at me like I was like, what the hell? I'm like, did I do something?
No, you're good, dude. It's all me. So no, but you're right about Sanchez though, where he definitely was a guy that was, the Patriot game he played phenomenal. The second half of the Steeler game, the championship game, he played excellent. Where it was just like, dude, he was probably one of the best players on the field. Even like his rookie year, like we kind of discounted him, but they protected him with the ground, the pound, and everything else. So it's like, all right, but then they failed him, dude. Like he didn't. I don't think he took his game to the next level, but they also didn't help him by not re-signing Braylon Edwards. Cotchery left. You replace him with like Plaxico and Dirk Mason, all this shit. So then that goes to hell. So then you go through, you go through. Mark Sanchez comes and goes. You had the Brett Favre experience, whatever. But then, what'd you think about Sam Darnold, man, when they first drafted him, though?
That year, I actually wanted Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. I actually wanted those two that year.
So wait, going into the draft, you wanted Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. That's what you're thinking at 3?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. I was probably the only person, but Sam Darnold. I knew for some reason he was. When I heard the turnover issues, I'm like, that's not good. But I'm like, he had stellar play when he was, I guess, in college. He was very up and down, and so I just was like, you know what, maybe we can get him up. And obviously that didn't happen.
Well, I mean, but his rookie year he ended strong.
Yeah.
So that was good. And then on a high note, you had the Houston game, the Green Bay game. Like, all right, maybe this kid has something. But they go out and they change the coach, and they bring in your boy Adam Gase. So what was your thoughts about when the team hired Gase? I mean, well, first of all, who did you want them to hire, and then what were your thoughts on Gase?
Damn, I can't remember.
Because remember it was McCarthy.
It was McCarthy. That's what I wanted. I knew it was a big name. I wanted McCarthy. Adam Gase, I can't lie to you. I was probably one of the few guys that said, give him a chance. I said, let's give him a chance. Fuck it. He's here. You can't change it. He brought Miami to the playoffs. He got them 10 games. I don't think he had them under 500 the whole time he was there. So I was like, just give him a chance. And by that second year, I said, man, that second year, first game, I said, yeah, this is not going to work. Even though we didn't have Sam Darnold that second year, I just knew in my heart that I'm like, this is not going to work. We got to get rid of him now, or he's going to be stuck here for another 2 years, and we're going to struggle.
Yeah, well, the Sam Darnold getting mono is just like, what in the hell? I'm like, that's only the Jets. Like you see the report come up, you're like, only the Jets have shit like this. Nobody else has these kind of problems. So then he goes down, and then you see throughout the season where Gase was a complete mess, man. You're like, this guy is just. It's like he should have been fired after the first year, but they won. They ended the season strong. Like, oh well, they won. I'm like, whatever, dude. Like you know what this guy is. You can see it. So then they run him out of town. Thank God. But then,
the way he handled situations was bad.
We handle things terribly, dude. The Jets ownership has been a problem for years, but it seems like they kind of straighten the things out now a little bit. Now, before when they hired Saleh, who did you want at that time? Because there's a lot of big names out there at that moment.
I wanted Saleh number one.
Really?
Number one. Yeah, number one. It was just his energy. I remember watching the San Fran game when we played them, and I was like, man, damn, why Adam Gase can't be like that? Why he can't be like Robert Saleh? Remember, Robert Saleh was going crazy. Mind you, he lost Nick Bosa. He lost Solomon Thomas. He lost his defense, his players, and he was out there just
smoking mirrors. Yep.
Just going crazy and still doing, still shutting us down with his best player gone. Like,
yep.
I'm like, man, we need that. And I was like, Robert Saleh got to be number one. When I found that he was going to be a head coach, I said, we got to get him. We got to get him.
Yeah.
This year it was a little shaky, but
yeah. So then that's my next question for you is, they get him. He hired relatively a lot of new guys on his staff, man. A lot of first timers, first time coordinator, first time quarterback coach. How did you think Robert Saleh as a head coach performed this year in his rookie season?
It was pretty bad. I feel like he tried to keep everybody, up and keep their spirits up because we're still young. So
Right.
They didn't quit on him. It probably looked like it, but they didn't quit. They played hard. I think last year, I think his personnel didn't match what he wanted to do, so I think he was just using it as a just throwaway year, and just throwing guys out there and seeing who fits, see what he needs, see what he wanted, and I think this year he should we should get that 7-win mark, get us a little hot for the next year, and you
Yep.
never know, we could probably do some damage next year, or maybe some damage at the end of the year. You
Yep.
never know.
So what are your thoughts on Joe Douglas, who under Gase, that draft class was the only thing you really have left now is Becton, and
Mhm.
but then like the two drafts after that seems that the last year's draft has a lot of promise. This year's draft on paper seems to be very highly touted. He made some really good trades, got rid of Sam Darnold, got rid of Jamal Adams, got really good value, got rid of Herndon, Blake Cashman. Like in terms of that, he did that. Free agency, don't really know. I mean, Carl Lawson was unfortunate, but what do you think about what Joe Douglas has been doing?
He's been doing really good on paper. On paper, he's doing good. Because I know me and you, we kill him sometimes. We
Yep.
kill him. But this year it was he tried. He really tried. He tried to get Tyreek Hill. He tried to get AJ Brown, from what I was told.
Yep.
He tried to get I'm not sure if he's trying to get Terry right now. I think he's trying to get Terry, but uh the draft, I love the draft. Every player I wanted Jameson Williams. But I said, you know what? Garrett Wilson could work. We could probably groom him, and he can grow into the system and do his thing. And then we got the two running backs. We got Brees Hall. Then we got Michael Carter. I always said Michael Carter need another guy. I always felt like he couldn't be a number one, but he's really good. Like he's like a good 1B. He
Right.
just need another guy. Once he get that other guy, I feel like he could thrive in the system a lot better. Our D line, we got a lot of depth. I feel like we got a lot more depth like the Giants did back in
Yep.
'07.
Yep.
We just I still feel like we still need that guy in the interior to stop the run, but it's a passing league, so it should work. I don't think a lot of teams are going to run on us. Really, the only team is probably Baltimore. Um, who else we got on the schedule? Our schedule was pretty tough, and there was a lot of passing teams. So I mean, if we could try to get that ground and pound, um, and play defense, let the D line pin their ears back on, second and long, third and longs, we could do some things. We can,
Did you like Sauce Gardner at 4?
yes, I did. Yes,
Did
I
you?
did. I was like, it was either him or Thibodeau. It was another guy. I just can't remember. It wasn't the tackle. I like Icky, but I'm like, I don't want to give up on Becton, because I feel like if we got Icky, we would have had to move Becton, and that's
Yeah.
something I'm not ready to do yet. Uh, um, Sauce was Sauce was a surprise pick, but he actually went with it because everybody was assuming O line and D line, because
I was. Yep.
That was Salah's bread and butter was D line, and then Joe Douglas is an offensive lineman, former offensive lineman. So nobody expects Sauce, because I know I didn't, but I'm like, if we get Sauce, I mean, hey, welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
Let's shut some receivers down, and let's do it,
Yeah. And no, I agree, man. I was surprised by Sauce. I was thinking Jermaine Johnson there, to be honest with you. And I'm like, all right. So they take Gardner at 4, then you get Garrett Wilson. Then I'm like, oh shit, now we have no pass rusher. And you're like, how are we gonna get, like, I'm almost like, don't be the same old Jets. I'm like, you need a pass rusher. Let's not wait till second round. Like, you start getting kind of nervous, you know what I mean? And then Joe Douglas moves up and gets him. I'm like, and you're right, dude. Our defensive line in terms of pass rushers, this is probably the most talent this team has had in a decade. I mean, especially if you get Carl Lawson back at 90%, dude, is probably better than we've had in forever. Like that's a huge upgrade right there.
The depth is crazy. We have what Michael Clemens, Carl Lawson, Jermaine Johnson, Jacob Martin,
Bryce Huff.
Bryce Huff, Sheldon Rankins, Nathan Shepard, Quinn Williams, John Franklin Myers. There should be no reason why we can't get to the quarterback. No reason.
I think you hit your microphone, dude. Yeah, I hear you a little bit. Turn down a little bit. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
you're good. And but you're right though. So that you go, your defensive front is much better. I think the only area I have a little bit of concern is probably at linebacker because
Yeah,
I know everybody's high on Quincy Williams and I give him credit. I understand that, but CJ Moses is there, but you don't have a lot of depth there, dude. Like I wish they
yeah,
had.
yeah.
Like I know there's a lot of rumors about Quan Alexander right now, and I'm like, you know what? Pull the trigger, dude, and get it done because you want that extra guy there. You want an experienced guy because if one of those guys goes down, the guy behind is going to have no experience. Dude. They're
Hmm.
all going to be relatively like second-year players that haven't played a lot.
Yep. Our depth is pretty thin at linebacker because then we have what Nassim, I think.
Yeah,
Af-
Nasruddin,
yeah,
Jamie Sherwood.
Nazardine.
Yep.
Yeah, like that's no good. If CJ goes down, we're in trouble.
Yep.
We're in trouble. I wanted the guys that wanted Kobe Dean. Uh, we could have got him, moved up, got him.
Yep.
I still felt like we should have got him. We should have got Quan Alexander in the building as soon as the draft was over.
Well, he was
It shouldn't
in.
be taking this long.
Supposedly, they're still talking to him. I guess it's just about how much money he wants, or if it's like a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. That's
Yeah,
the
'cause
rumor.
one of those guys go down, man, we're in trouble. I think stopping the run this year might be our struggle. But like I said, if we could get the ball moving on offense, if we could try to put 20 to 30 points up a game, we'll be all right. Or we could get a 2-possession lead, 10-point lead. I feel like we can do some things. We can hurt a lot of teams.
Right. But what are your expectations for Quinn Williams this year? Because he's in a contract year, dude. This is it. Like he's got to put up or shut up now, man. Because this is you want big money, you got to earn it. What are your expectations for him?
I made a bold take the other day,
Uh-oh.
talking to my friends. I said, look, man, because because they're not Jets fans. So when they see Quinn Williams, they think he's our best player.
Right.
And so by me saying this, I'm like, look, it wouldn't surprise me if Quinn Williams get traded.
At the deadline?
Uh, Probably at the end of the year. At the end of the
Really?
year, yeah. Because think about it. I'm like, how much you gonna pay him?
Yep.
You're gonna pay him top dollar to what? Give us 6 sacks a year and
Yeah, but if
not
he
stop the
has
run?
what if he has 10, 11 sacks this year, makes the Pro Bowl, something like that? Is he a $20 million year player, $18 million year player? Because you got to keep in mind, dude, you're going to have the outside pass rushers. You're going to have John Franklin Myers next to him now. If you have Lawson on the outside, John Franklin Myers next to him, he's going to get a lot of opportunities to get after the quarterback, man. He is. I think he could be really disruptive.
All right. Now, if he give us those numbers that you said,
Mm-hmm.
and we're 1 game out the playoffs or 2 games out the playoffs, pay him. Let's just do it again. Pay him and let's just do it again. But if he gives us what 5 sacks,
Oh yeah, then
4 or 6,
yep. No, I'm with you. I
I
think
don't know.
he's got to be because like everybody keeps saying he's got Pro Bowl potential. You got to be giving me 10
Yeah, he
sacks,
does.
and you've got to be on third down, get
Yep.
the defense off the field, big
Yep.
plays on fourth down, like be dominant. It's $20 million a year. Even though the Jets have a ton of cap space, that doesn't mean go out and waste it. Like he's
Yeah.
got to be. You want to be paid top notch, you got to be top notch. So
Yep. You gotta be.
that's kind of
Yep.
where he's at. So
Yep.
then the defense has a lot of promise. We're excited about that. On offense, I think this is the first time in a while where we have receivers that more than one guy. Like you have a
Mhm.
litany of guys now where it's like
Yeah.
you can endure an injury. Say, if Corey Davis goes down again, okay, you
Yep.
got Elijah Moore, you got Barrios, you got Garrett Wilson. Like that's
Mhm.
pretty damn cool. It seems like the Jets, and we didn't even touch on a tight end position yet, man,
Yep.
where
Nope.
they significantly upgraded with Uzama and Conklin, and
Yep.
they even drafted a kid. Like they
Yep.
really put Zach Wilson in a spot where it's like, you know what? We're giving you
Take it.
so many options around you. The pressure's off. Just
Yep.
run the offense, man.
You got to take it. Our offense right now, I feel like we're gonna have a strong running game. For some reason, I feel like we're gonna have a strong running game, and the receivers are gonna get their touches when they get the chance to. I feel like our running game to me reminds me of when the Jaguars had Maurice Jones-Drew and Fred Taylor.
Okay.
That's who those two remind me of. If we could get those two going, then I feel like everybody else can make plays. Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson. Elijah Moore working things from the slot. And then our tight ends, 2 tight end sets sometimes. Man, we could make some noise, Tyson. We could make some
I agree,
noise.
man. Now, do you think Becton's gonna play left tackle or right tackle?
I want him to honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't
I
want to say
don't
it.
want you to lie to me, man.
I think that year George Fan had was a fluke. Me personally,
Really?
I think it was a fluke. I don't think he could do it again. I don't think he could do it again.
What?
Why? I don't know. I don't think he could do it again. I said if we trade Becton just to keep George Fant, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm like keep Becton, and you know, let's try to keep him strong. He has to stay healthy.
Yep.
He has to stay healthy.
So then you'd want Becton to come back, play left tackle, and Fant play right.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to get traded, I mean, because I saw that video when you said George Fent was unhappy.
Yep.
So I'm like, hey, what you gonna do? You gonna pay him? Or you got the opportunity to trade him for,
Yeah, but if he's your left tackle, man, like if they it's to me, to be honest with you, dude, I think he's their left tackle. I think they're currently negotiating with him to give him a long-term deal or say a 2-year extension, and he's probably pissed off the numbers they're offering him. And
Yeah.
I think they had Riley Reef when they had him in, kind of as leverage. They have Becton coming back, so they're kind of playing all these games. But I think they want Fan at left, Becton at right, and see what happens. And I think that'd be. I mean, listen, if you could have Vera Tucker and Becton on one side of the line, dude, that's just they'd be knocking the shit out of people. And I like Tomlinson a lot. So if you had Tomlinson and Fan, like that's formidable no matter how you look at it. It's just, if I don't know if I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens to Becton, man. It really is, I think.
Because I feel, oh man, that was Becton getting hurt was very unfortunate for us on the offensive line, because now it's like, what can you do? They both want to play left tackle, and one wants to get paid like a left tackle.
Yep.
Like then you're gonna pay him top money, and then guess what? Becton, he's on a contract year, I think next year maybe or whatever.
He's going into his third year, so he's still got another. Yeah, he's still in the one.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, what you want to do,
Yep.
Now if Becton gets hurt, then now we're definitely in a bad situation. Hopefully he doesn't. Knock on wood.
Right.
Because we love Becton. Everybody loves him.
Yep.
We don't want to
We're all
get rid of
rooting
him.
for him for sure.
Yeah, I don't want him to. I mean, if he plays right tackle and George Fant has another year like he did last year, then I'm cool with that.
I'm fascinated to see what they're doing. Like you said, like a starting left tackle makes good money, man. So like if he's gonna listen, I'll start for you, but I've earned a new deal. So do you want to pay him $12, $13 million a year? And then what if he doesn't live up to it, like you said before? Then it's like, all right, now you have an overpaid left tackle that's probably gonna play right tackle because you got to make a move. So that's real interesting to see how they're gonna handle that, man.
That's gonna be a very crazy situation. So it's like, that's why I'm like, let's try to figure this out here. If Greg Van Roten wasn't on the roster last year, let's be honest, Mekhi Becton wouldn't have been hurt. He wouldn't have got hurt. Greg Van Roten shouldn't have been on the roster last year. Everybody was wondering, why was he still here? He shouldn't have been on the roster last year.
He was terrible.
He's the reason why he got hurt, because he got bull rushed and he fell into Mekhi Becton's ankle. So he shouldn't have been there. So, and that one's on Joe Douglas. He shouldn't have kept him here. Yeah. But like I said, we can make some noise. Probably not this year, but we could be knocking on the door. I feel like this team here reminds me of the 2007 Giants. I really feel that. I really honestly believe that. The running game remind me of the 2007 Jaguars, Maurice Jones-Drew and Fred Taylor, when they was running muck on everybody, and they're just young. So if they could get the ball rolling, guess what? Everything opens up for Zach Wilson.
So what's your evaluation of Zach, man? Because he has a ton of talent, man. You've seen it, and he took a beating last year. He didn't play well. He really He stunk it up at times to the point where I thought he should have been benched. Then, the injury, I think, was a blessing in disguise. He can sit back and learn and say, wow, like Mike White can run the offense. Joe Flacco can run it. Josh Johnson can run it. Everybody's running it but me. He comes back. He plays a little bit better. And then he completely reduces turnovers and manages the game a lot better. So it's like, what version of Zach Wilson are we getting? Because I think he's in a really good spot, like we talked about before. But, like, how do you evaluate him? Like, what do you think is a realistic expectation for him this year?
Like you said last year, because I think I had put you guys on the week when he came back. You was like, how the hell Josh Johnson, Mike White, Joe Flacco is coming in the game throwing 400 yards.
Yep.
Mike White threw a career high. I've never seen anybody throw 500 yards. And as a Jet fan, never in a long time. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. Brett Favre, I think, did. But it's been a long damn time. And then all of a sudden you come back, the offense is terrible again.
Yep.
I don't know if that's rookie pains, growing pains, or or he's just not grasping the offense.
Right.
It's something. It's something. But his turnovers did come down, and he played well in that Tampa Bay game
with no receivers because they were all hurt.
Yeah. Yep. And that game was pretty good, and that gave me a little hope. But I said, man, if he stinks it up, man, I don't know.
But it just say if he builds off that. I mean, they gave him a lot. They have a better offensive line in front of him, much better weapons. He's working his ass off. The offense is quarterback friendly. It seems like he's getting a better chemistry with his teammates. Like, can you say, he should throw 25 touchdowns and 15 interceptions this year? Like, what, 3,000 yards, 4,000 yards? Like, is that reasonable for him?
Yes, sir. I was thinking 25 touchdowns. It's just that interception number. I don't know. The interception number, I don't know. I feel like that's what can determine what his career can be, or maybe it's just learning. Like I said, it's learning. Like this year here is trying to get us over that hump that we can, to get us a boost to push us next year into trying to get into a championship. It's possible. Cincinnati did it. Nobody expects Cincinnati to do that. I didn't. I had Cincinnati winning 4 games last year.
Right.
They went to the Super Bowl with no old linemen, and that's. I'm like, man, we could do something like that. I'm like, we could do it. It's possible. Let's try to change the game plan up and make plays.
I mean, if you look at the roster, man, being objective, it's like they legitimately upgraded almost every position group. They have talent all across the roster, both sides of the ball. Now they're young and they're a lot of inexperienced, but I think there's a good mesh of veterans like Jordan Whitehead and Uzama and Mosley and those guys to kind of incorporate with, Elijah Moore year 2 can do a lot of really good things. Like there's a lot of potential. I think it comes down to Zach Wilson. Like, just don't be a hero. Just run the offense, man. Like if last year he was terrible, this year just be good. And then like you keep saying, dude, like I think this year is like your building block year. Like you're going to take a big step this year. That doesn't mean 12 wins, but it means this is going to be a good year. And then next year it's like, let's make a run. Like you've got to make a legitimate run, like a playoff run. Like because you don't get 5 years to rebuild now. You had last year was a throwaway year. This year is like the fine tune it, and next year get after it. But then with that being said, this year isn't a 4-win season, man. Like they have to win. To be honest with you, anything less than like 7 wins, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Like I'm disappointed. Like you walk away, be like, what are we doing?
Yep. I feel like we need to be in that 7 or 9 game, in there. And then if we're out the playoffs by the last game in December, that's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm happy with that. That's perfect to me, because then guess what? We could build through free agency. Players are going to want to come here. They're going to want to, play for us. We could get guys that Joe Douglas was trying to get last year or whatever, those type of guys. We get those guys in the building. We get one game breaker, one game changing guy. Man, we could do some things. Like our DBs, right? Now, I'm on Twitter. How do you think our DB is going to be set up? I want to ask you a question. How you like in terms of corner wise and safety wise as well?
Well, I mean, it's DJ Reed and Gardner are going to start, and then the slot's going to be Michael Carter. and your backups going to be Bryce Hall and Eccles. The safeties will be Whitehead and Joyner, but I think Joyner remains to be seen because he hasn't stayed healthy. And I wouldn't be surprised they signed somebody else, but I don't like Ashton Davis. I mean, the other guys, Will Parks has shown some things that he can do. Maybe he's a starter. I don't know, but I don't know. But they also could try some of these guys out. I know they like Pinnock a lot. Pinnock at safety, they like him, but maybe they can move some of these young corners around and make them, see how versatile they are.
I was like, man, Bryce Hall played so well. I feel like he played well last year.
Right.
I don't want to see him on a bench. I like him. I'm not saying, DJ Reed won't be playing or nothing like that, but I'm saying, like, I feel like he can be more versatile in the slot, my opinion, but then that'll push Michael Carter out.
Yep.
So I just was like, man, this is gonna be tough because I don't want to trade Bryce Hall. I don't want to, I want to keep him because he played well last year. He was doing some things, and obviously Ashton Davis, his run angles. Oh my gosh, the game that I think of every time is when Jonathan Taylor ran right past him. I'm like, you're a track star, dude. You can't get blown by like this. You look slow, bro. Come on, man. You got to get it together.
But he takes like the worst angles. Like he has like this angle, and he runs like almost like parallel to the guy. I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, what? I just don't. But the thing is, like, I understand what you're saying about Bryce Hall, but I think the first thing is it's good to have this kind of depth because in case somebody goes down, he can step right in. Like, here's your starter. Don't worry about it. We have that. I like Eccles a lot. To be honest with you, like I understand the whole Sauce Gardner thing, but like I was comfortable with the young corners. I thought they played well last year. Like DJ Reed is an upgrade. He's a very good player, but I'm like, I was cool with Hall and Eccles and Carter and figured out because with the pass rush in front of them now, like a legitimate pass rush, they'll be even better. But I'm curious to see if they have Bryce Hall like roam around more, do more things, and see if they can find ways to get him on the field if they think highly of him. You know?
Hey, hopefully he can play safety. Hell, I want to see him on the field. I feel like he can play. He can play. I'm with you. If we would have, I wouldn't have mind drafting another pass rusher, but we lucked up and got Jermaine Johnson. So we defense is only weakness and only gripe that I have is letting Foley walk.
Yeah.
Because we need to stop the run. Yeah, he did. But we need some good run defense. We need to, stop the run. And we also, like I said, we need linebackers. Our linebackers is thin. Yeah. We should have gotten to Kobe Dean. Alexander should have been in the building. We gotta fill those gaps.
And a backup tackle.
That too. I like Max Mitchell. I actually like Max Mitchell. I like him.
Okay, but why do you like him?
I liked him because I saw some film on him. I'm like, why we pick another tackle? I'm like, what's because like I said, I thought he was trying to, find some type of replacements for Becton or, extra depth or whatever. But I looked at him, I'm like, oh, he's not a bad tackle. He's actually pretty okay. He need to work on his strength a little bit. Yeah, he's versatile. He could play left and right, so he just need to work on his strength a little bit. But other than that, I liked him.
He's a project, though, man. Like
he's definitely a project.
If Fant or Becton go down this year, like, okay, let's put Max Mitchell in, and they got the guy from the Eagles. I know they're high on too, but they definitely got to sign somebody else, man. They improve the offensive line. I think he will because it's still early. Once training camp happens and injuries happen and all this other shit cuts happen, I'm sure Joe Douglas can do some tinkering. But so it's fair to say 7 wins is the minimum that they should win this year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what would if they get a couple good bounces or the football gods are finally on their side? How many games could they win this year? And like, I'm asking a lot, man.
Football gods never help us. Come on. I think we could get 10 or 11.
10 or 11. I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Man, Tyson, I would lose my shit. I would lose my shit. I would go to work every day and I would say, you can't tell me shit. I don't care if we lose in the first round. We got a young team. I feel like we got the youngest team in the league, possibly, right? Or third?
It's one of them. Yep.
Like, I'm like, and we make the playoffs with that? Who's stopping us? And with our schedule is rough. If we could get 10 wins with this rough schedule,
So now, like right now, so we went through a really tough time, man, with the whole Adam Gase experience. The ending with Todd Bowles was a mess, and now it's like, are you as a fan right now? Are you a little bit more proud and excited about your team, just about the direction they're going and how they're building this finally? Like, it's because like for a while, dude, like I wouldn't even wear my Jet shit to the boardwalk, dude. Like I was like I used to like I wear Jet stuff all the time. There's about a 2-year period I wouldn't wear shit, dude. I wouldn't wear the hat. Like I was so mad and angry. I'm like, I can't take it. Because when you wear it, you get the comments, man, your team sucks. Your coach sucks. You have no quarterback. You have no this. Like, it's a miserable experience. But now it's like the return of like Salah coming here gives you a little like kicking, like nice little step, But then it's like you see all this youth. Like, I'm legitimately like excited about this team, man. Like, I'm looking forward to football season.
Yeah, we just gotta grow. We gotta grow. Right now, we're just growing. I don't want to. Nah, fuck that. I want to grow fast. I want to win. I want to win. I'm tired of losing.
I was waiting for it.
I'm tired of losing. You know me. I'm always attack. I always attack the dumb shit that I see. I try to stay positive, but it was so hard because of everything that we used to see. Especially after that first game.
Yep.
2 years ago, the game against the Bills, that one I was like, okay, man, we hanging with the Bills. I'm like, we can do something, Then obviously, oh god, but this team, we don't have a stench of older players. We don't have backup players. We got young guys that's growing. They got to learn the system. Our O-line could be top 15. Top 15.
Yeah,
we can do it. We can, Zach Wilson, like I said, he just needs to grow. Robert Saleh, he just keep doing what he's doing. Man, we gotta. I feel like we gotta fix that safety position. We gotta figure some things out. I know we got Jordan Whitehead, but we gotta fix that Ashton Davis free safety and all that stuff. We got to fix that shit.
Well, Pinnock, I think they're high on him. I know that, but he showed some things. They can still sign somebody too, man.
Yeah. Who else is out there?
Well, I mean, they're gonna start cutting. There'll be cuts, all kinds of stuff going on once training camp starts, man.
I don't, Joe Douglas. He's
crafty, man.
You don't like to sign those veterans. You don't like to do that.
He got LaMarcus Joyner. What are you talking about?
I mean,
he got Morgan Moses late last year. He got another guy's making moves, man.
Yeah, whatever. It's not the guys that we looking for. He always sign those under the radar guys. Like Morgan Moses, I was excited to have him. I was excited to get him.
He played well.
I just, like I said, I didn't think we were going to get rid of him.
Even the guy they got from the Chiefs, the guy they traded for the Chiefs, the guard, LDT.
That was a good move too. Good. He was good. We should have made that move earlier. We should have made that move preseason. That's when we should have made that move, because we wouldn't have had to watch GVR out there playing. When LDT came in, he played well, and then you know who else played well? Dan Feeney when he got in that center.
He did. He didn't play bad.
He played pretty well. I was like, man, I'm like, how you play better at center than you do guard? I'm like, when he came in at center, it was like the whole offensive line changed in a good way. It was like, Zach had time, no turnovers. He was, they had lanes for running back for Michael Carter. He was going crazy. Elijah Moore didn't play, so we couldn't really see him.
Berrios went off.
Changed. Berrios was going crazy. He was losing his mind. I was happy we got him back, because he's good. If an injury happened, and he could step right in.
He's like a valuable piece anyway. I think they're gonna I think he's gonna get a lot more reps and catches this year than people think, man. I think he's gonna be a big part of this offense.
Yeah, I mean, keep using them. Keep using them, damn it.
Yep.
And Denzel Mims. I don't know what to say about him. I don't know. They said he's not learning the playbook. He has potential. He has big play potential. He just has to, I don't know, get his mind in the game. Because I feel like if he gets his mind in the game, he could do some things going deep, and he got to stop dropping the damn ball.
But he's in a tough spot, man, because you figure you have the 5 guys. You got Wilson, You got Elijah Moore, you got Barrios, you got Corey Davis, you have all these guys, dude. And it's like, all right, Barrios. And then it's like, Jeff Smith is there too, who's very valuable on special teams. So that's like your battle. It's like Jeff Smith or Denzel Mims. And then the thing is, he comes to training or to mandatory minicamp in phenomenal shape. So the Jets are praising him for that. But then Robert Saleh says, yeah, he's got to work on learning the playbook. Like learning the playbook still, it's been a goddamn year. How is that still possible? That's the only thing. Like, it just seems like there's something else there that they're not really saying, but they're trying to motivate him. He's in great shape, which is a good thing. But and if the playbook is this difficult, then give him 5 plays that he can run, and then let him run those 5 plays.
Send him deep, man. Send him deep. Run a deep post or something. Do something else with him. Send him down the field. He don't have because Mike LaFleur, his offense is pretty difficult. It's pretty good. We seen the potential of his offense when Zach Wilson went out.
Yeah, they were signing guys off the street last year. They were coming in and making plays. Was it that Tariq Black? I mean, you had all these guys are coming in. It was like, and they all passed Mims. Mims comes on the field. It was like false start, then a drop pass, then I'm like, what? Like, come on, man. If it could go wrong, it did go wrong for him last year. And it's like, that's not a good impression for your coaching staff.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's personal. I don't know if it's mental. I was wondering though, coming off his rookie year, he's probably like, you know what? I'm a big part of this offense. I'm going to roll. I'm going to do all this. He probably thinks he's like big man on campus. And all of a sudden they go out and they get Corey Davis and they get Elijah Moore. He's probably like, wait, he may have been like, wow, kind of not turned off, but kind of like, wow, I thought I was one of their guys and now they're replacing me already. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that was kind of hit his psyche a little bit. Remember, he was Adam Gaze's guy.
True.
Adam Gaze picked him. So.
Well, Joe Douglas got him. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, and the new coaching staff probably, don't like skill set. Because I always knew, his skill set don't fit what, Mike LaFleur wants. He wants those short, fast, shifty guys. He wants those guys. Yards after the catch guys. Yards after the catch guys. He wants those guys. And Denzel is a guy that's going to, try to take the top off, go deep or whatever, because he's a big guy. We seen what he can do. It's like when he got LaFleur in the building, it was like, man, I don't feel comfortable with this guy. I can't run what he wants me to run. He wants me to run double moves and stutter routes and all this shit. And I don't know this. That's not what I ran in college, because it's not. That wasn't what he ran in college. He ran a lot of deep post routes and simple stuff. Right. Like I said, Mike LaFleur's route tree is probably different. Is probably way different. Like a lot of rub routes, double moves, and all that. And he probably just used Denzel Mims to block. That's his threat right now.
He's actually a good blocker.
He is though. That's why I'm like, he could come out. He could come out on the field when we're running the ball, but when we're passing, sit him down. Sit him down.
He drove me crazy last year, man. Especially when they had all these injuries. And it was tailor made for him. Every guy is out. Corey Davis is out. Elijah Moore's out. They're all out. Here's your chance to shine. And not only was he not shining, he wasn't even starting. They were putting everybody Vincent Smith, Jeff Smith, everybody was ahead of him. It was holy shit. And the other thing we really didn't touch on though is, the addition of these tight ends, man. That is something the Jets desperately need. They never get to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, they gave Chris Herndon, who was useless. Yep. He has now you have 2, potentially 3 really good tight ends that can open up your offense. You have the safety valves. You have the red zone targets. You have all these things. That's paramount, man. That's going to be another dynamic in this offense. You can go 3 tight ends if you wanted to, man. You can do all kinds of shit. You can make one of these guys a fullback, make him a hybrid fullback. Who cares? Mike LaFleur is like a mad scientist with these tight ends.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we attacked that because we haven't had a tight end since Austin Seferian Jenkins, right?
Yeah, Dustin Keller maybe. I mean,
Dustin Keller.
Yeah, ASJ was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good. I was kind of upset we didn't re-sign him, but we didn't have nothing since.
Nope.
So those 2 guys, like I said, we run the 2 tight ends. Zach Wilson got a bigger bodies to throw to. CJ Uzomah was Joe Burrow's safety valve outside of Jamar, but he was the second option kinda, but when he needed plays, CJ was there. And then you got Tyler Conklin.
Yep.
He was catching
I'm
a
a
lot
big
of
fan
short
of him.
passes.
Yep.
He was doing it, man. He's a linebacker. He's basically a matchup nightmare against these linebackers. You know what I'm saying? And against these safeties, he can catch these on these guys. You know. So if Zach Wilson don't feel comfortable giving it to the receivers or whatever, he got tight ends to do it. He got the tight ends to do it, and we got the running backs to do it. I mean,
That's exciting, man.
There should be no reason this offense should not be top 15.
No, top 15, top 20.
Top 20?
Top
only
15
because they're young. Only because they're young.
That's
only
good.
Because they're young.
I'll be honest with you. I like all the playmakers. I like the offensive line. I like everything. I'm just saying top 20 because of Zach. I think this offense has potential to be very good, dude. With all these, they all stay healthy, and like the whole Becton thing works out. I mean, this is a lot of talent, dude. We hadn't had this kind of talent in a long time, dude. You know me, dude. I keep shit real. Like I bought in, man. Like this is like,
of course. Remember, we always buy in, and every time we fucking buy in, they fail us every time. You used to always tell me, like, Shaq, come on, buy in. I'm like, Tyson, I can't do it. And I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. We would get our ass whooped. Or if I tell you to buy in, you used to be like, I'll do it. And then guess what? We get our ass whipped. It's like, what the fuck, But this year is different.
It seems legitimate this year. It's like because it's just like it's talent that's like you can see it. Like, and it's not just Jet fans saying it. It's like pro analysts all across the NFL are saying it. Like, it's just the reputable guys, and it just seems, like I'm trying my hardest. I'm like, top 20. Zach plays okay. I'm trying to keep it like I don't want to go off the rails already and be like 10 wins, 11 wins, but there's a lot of potential, man. There really is.
I think our defense now. Let me get on that one. I don't want to see 32nd. There should be no reason why our defense was 32nd last year. No reason, especially with a defensive guy as our head coach. No reason. We should be top 10.
Top 10?
All right.
15. I'll give you top 15. Yeah, I'll give you 15. Because I'm an enormous Lawson fan. I just like the pieces they added. That secondary, if they all stay healthy, they got a lot of young playmakers there. I think the one point you made was the run stopper. I know they wanted that one guy from the Bengals. He went, what do you got? I think with the Saints.
My gosh. We would have got him. I would have said, man, because he made plays in Cleveland. He made plays in Cincinnati. I said, man, we get him. I'm like, man, we're going to be like great on the defensive line. Great. Like, because he could come in. Because he raised Cincinnati's run defense, I guess, from wherever it was. They went from like 20-something to like second or whatever as soon as he got in. And he was good. He was and he was able to stop the pass as well. So I mean, he not by himself, but he was able to slow it down. He can penetrate. He was getting penetration. I mean, man, we needed him. But we should be fine. We should be okay.
So you're saying top 15 defense, top 20 offense.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. That's really, I mean, we got to have that. We got to have some kind of higher expectations, man. Like we can't keep saying we're going to suck every year. I mean, there's just too much talent. There really is. I mean, it's just, if they all play the way, I think the other thing is I'm curious to see how Saleh handles all this, because last year was an easy year for him because nobody cared. We expected them to lose. They lost. But now it's like we're just talking about it for the last, 45 minutes. We're expecting 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins. Like he's got to handle, like you can't give us those same bullshit press conferences this year. When if your defense gets gashed for 190 yards rushing, you better start answering questions, because this team's too good for that now. Like you can't have these clunkers this year.
You ripped him almost every press conference when I tuned in.
Shit pissed me off, man.
I'm like, I had enough time for that shit, because the game would end around maybe 6 o'clock, right around there. And I had time. I'm like, time to listen to Tyson. You were ripped the hell out of Robert Saleh. You would just tear him a new one. What do you mean, you asshole? Did you not see the game? Like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, luckily I did not see the game, because I'll be just like you, just tearing him apart. And, like, oh man, because they made life easier.
But like what I hated was it's run defense, dude. And he would say it's a matter of will. Who
Yeah.
wants it more? Okay, well,
Yeah.
you just got gashed for 200 rushing yards. Did your team not want it? He'd be like, well, no. And it's like, well, it's not the scheme. Well, it's not the scheme. It's not the players. And who the hell is it? Is it like a miracle? Like he couldn't even. But I think he learned though as the season played out. Like towards, I'd say 3/4 away in the season, he started figuring out the press conferences. He was being more honest, speaking more like, listen, the fan base ain't buying this bullshit. The media's not buying this bullshit. Like I can't keep selling this stuff now. We learned that he won't bash his players. He'll never talk about his players negatively, which is fine. I completely respect that. But don't put a skunk in front of me and tell me it's a German Shepherd. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
I said, man, that I know when I felt the season started slipping, that's when I started to stay away from it because I know my blood pressure and I try not to get it risen because of the dumb shit that I see. And I decided to watch that Colts game, and that game really pissed me off. I said, what the hell is going on? What is going on? Jonathan Taylor, he was just gashing us, destroying us. Yeah. And I'm like, we needed one more stop to try to get us back in the game. And this guy runs a 70-yard touchdown. And the only person that I just see in my eyes, in my vision, was Ashton Davis. Just his body just shifted. He lands on the floor. I don't know what he's doing, and he blows right by him. I just can't get that. I can't get that picture out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. It just drives me crazy. And I'm like, man, I see what Tyson is talking about.
Dude, there were some games, man. Like I'm like you, dude. And I understand they were young, but like. To me, it was like a defensive-minded coach. There was some talent still on defense. Like they had players there, and to watch them just get manhandled and like 8 yards a carry, giving up 3rd and 21s or whatever, 3rd and 27s. I'm like, what?
He said that he dumbed the defense down for the young players. That's what he said. He said Jeff Ulbrich did that. He made it as simple as possible or something like that.
Yep.
I'm like, well, look, this.
But Ulbrich actually admitted in the that flight 2022 series they released, he actually admitted that he made mistakes last year and he didn't maximize the potential of his players in the scheme. Like he was kind of stubborn and he admitted some of that. Like meanwhile, we told him that 6 months ago because we could see the shit that was going wrong. But it was
New England ran one play on us. They ran one play on us. They ran one play on us, just right up the gut. Just right up the gut. And then what's his name? Harris, I guess, was dragging everybody on defense. And I'm like, what did I just watch? What am I watching? I turned the game off. I turned it off after that because I'm like, that's ridiculous. I seen us do a lot of bad things, but I've never seen anybody run like that on us, dragging us all the way into the end zone. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, there was some bad ones.
Never seen it before.
And that like that kind of stuff last year, like they wrote it off as new scheme, trying to figure out what players you have and all this. This year that can't happen, man. Like you'll have your dud, you're gonna have 1 or 2 duds. That happens to every team, the good ones and the bad ones, but you can't get mauled like that this year. You just can't. Man.
You can't. We gotta stop the run, and we gotta play defense. We gotta show a presence on defense. If we can't do it physical, like if we can't do it throwing the ball or running the ball, maybe, then we gotta play defense. We gotta stop somebody. We gotta show them that we're here. Like at least Rex, he knew our offense was bad. So when we wasn't going, Rex always kept the defense there. We didn't get destroyed or gashed until obviously the championship games. But other than that, Rex always kept us in the game because we were aggressive on defense. We was hitting you. You could shut us down on offense, but guess what?
Schemes and
he was shutting with no pass rush. And we had guys that was hitters, and we were just doing everything right on defense. So, like I said, we can get that defense right. We can make some noise.
Well, that's the one thing I miss is that the Jets defense had that physical, nasty nature to it. They smack you around, they hit you. Like when you come play the Jets defense, like you're in for a long ass day. Win or lose, when the game is over, you feel it. Like, you know what? That was a battle. For a long time, we haven't been like that, man. We got pushed over. You play a physical team. Like, dude, it would be like we played a physical team, we were losing it because we never man up and go toe-to-toe with them. Never. And that's the thing you want to see change, especially in Northeast, man. Like, if you want to compete with the Bills, You got to play physical. You have to be able to get after
Got
it.
to.
I mean, the Dolphins
Got
are going to be
to.
decent. The Patriots always like you got to play good football, man. And like
Have
you
to.
got to like especially like the Jets want to run the ball and steal the team's soul. That's great, but don't let the opposing team do the same thing to you. You get off the field and get the ball back to your quarterback. You know, like get time possession in your favor for once.
Let's try to work the division first. Let's try to get the division first. Let's eat the AFC from the inside. Then we can work our way out and get everybody else. You know, we got to get through this division first. We have to because everybody. I'm tired of
winning
people.
Division games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we gotta at least win 5 or 6 games in the division at least. You know, we
5 or 6
gotta
games in the division. They only play 6.
6, right? Oh, sorry, 4. At least 4, 3. You know, we haven't won what? How many? We haven't won 3 division games in years, right? Since 2015.
It's been a while.
I don't like we have to get the division first. We gotta get them. We gotta get them out, and then we can work our way out. And we just gotta get better, man. Get physical. Let's get physical. Let's get. I want to run the ball. I want to get back to that. Ground and pound. I want to get back to that. Let's run this cheese and let's go to work, man. Let's go to work.
Well, that helps. That helps Zach Wilson too, man. You establish a strong running game. Your play action pass. You can do the tight ends will be mismatches. Then you have all these speedy guys running around. Like you have, it's like a menu, dude. You go through a menu. Like, what do I want to call right now? Because they're all going to be open. And that's predicated on offensive line and running the football.
Gotta slow the game down.
Dude. I want the season to start. Like I want training camp like tomorrow.
Yeah, let's slow the game down for Zach, man. We got to slow the game down. That's the only way we can slow the game down. Establish the run and everything else will fall. And let's play some defense, you know? When is training camp anyway?
I think July 19th is the rookies, and I think the 26th, the veterans report.
Usually go to those, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think the Jets have like they usually have like 6 open to the public, I think. They haven't announced what it is this year. They have like plenty of them open. Then they have like their scrimmage that's open, like green and white practice. They had that at the stadium. So there's plenty of opportunities to see the team.
Okay.
You gonna come? You're gonna come to some practices?
I need to. Are
you coming to any games, man?
I'm definitely coming to games. I am definitely coming to a game.
We'll see.
I have to come to the tailgate, the Let's Talk Jets radio tailgate. I'm wearing the shirt, so you know it's me. I'm coming in, and
they're batting down the hatches.
Yeah. You know, I see you guys have fun during the tailgates. I see you ask questions and everything. See, I try to keep up. I really do, because you know I love the show, and you know, time.
That's why I reach out to you, man. I got to talk to you. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Hell yeah, man. You guys done changed up on me. You got the video chat going, like, you know, that one. You know, you guys stepped it up, man. You meeting every Jet streamer that I've watched, you know, and that's amazing. Like Joe Blewett, Jet Central.
Those guys are all good, man. They're all really good, man.
I try to watch those guys too. I haven't been watching them, you know, and I'm like, man, you with them now, you know. And,
well, they're still above us, but we're trying our best, man. Those guys are they're like all professional and shit. I like to drink beer.
No, you're up there. No, you're up there. You guys are up there. You think about it, Tyson. You guys have what, 3,000 people on Sundays?
Oh, our game day streams are nuts, dude.
You have 3,000 people on game days.
It's wild.
I'm like, man.
You know what the funny thing is, dude? It's like people like when, like, not like, but when the Jets start falling apart in the fourth quarter, our views go from like 500, 600 to like 1,000, 1,500. Like the subscribers like just starts. They want to see the workout. They want to see like the rage. And then we go through the press conference, you hear them, and then it's like the viewers just like they like the anger, I guess. I don't know.
Man, the realness, man. The realness. You just it like Kevin, you make him shotgun. Like I saw that one. That one was bad. Remember the first time he shotgunned? That one was bad. I saw that one. You know, I seen when I think it was just you and Tyrone. I seen that one, but I couldn't watch it all. I know you guys were watching the game.
Yeah, poor Tyrone had like a 10-minute delay, so I was like 3 plays ahead of him. So he was just drinking all the time. He gave up. He's like, screw this.
Yep, it got so bad to where like when we're losing or getting our ass whipped, I just turn the game off and put you guys on. I just listen to you guys. I'm like, I gotta listen to them because I don't want to see the play because I get mad. But at least I know if I hear you guys get mad, I can at least chuckle at it, because I expect bullshit. I expect it. So, I just was like, let me get a chuckle. Let me listen to these guys and, and just listen.
So wait, so Shaq, before I let you go, first of all, thank you, man. I know you're sitting in your car. We sat in the car for an hour talking. I haven't talked to you in a long time, man.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find you, man? I know you're on Twitter, so
yeah, Shaq a Jet on Twitter. You guys can follow me there. Facebook, Shakim James, Shakim, last name James. But I try to get some. I try to talk on Twitter, and I try to watch Twitter a lot more because Tyson and Kevin they made me make a Twitter. So
right.
I could fight back.
You
When
look like John Jones right now, man. You do.
I've heard that at least 5 times in my life. Maybe 6. I've heard that.
Like that because he has his beard like that now too. Like you look like just like John Jones.
Yep. I wish I could get in the ring like John Jones, but
or just make his money.
Yeah, well, that too. That could work. I need to start watching his fights, man. I need to start getting in the ring like him, man. Tyson, I can tell you how many times I heard that, and I just heard it a couple weeks ago. A guy was driving by at my job and was like, "Hey, you look like John Jones." I said, "Hey, man, I've heard that a lot." So I got to start watching his fights. Ain't that Chandler Jones' brother, right?
Yeah. Yep. He's got him and there's another guy in his family that's like a professional athlete. They're like super talented.
They are. Man. I think Chandler Jones was in the ring with John Jones at one point, like in the ring, like practicing and sparring or whatever. I think.
Yep.
I'm like, oh man, I wouldn't want to mess with that guy. He's 6'5", 300 pounds or something like that. I wouldn't want to mess with that guy. Man. No, I wouldn't want to do that. But
well, Shaq, thank you very much for your time, man. It's good talking to you. And then I cannot wait to tailgate with you and hang out with you, man, because it's been way too long. This is ridiculous now at this point.
I need to drink with you guys. I don't drink, but I would love to drink with you guys. I wouldn't care because I know if I go into the stadium drunk, it will make the game a lot better, even when we're getting our ass kicked.
Win or lose, it's all good then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. So, Shaq, what was it? Shaq a Jet on Twitter. So I'm going to promote this. I'm going to have everybody attack you. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
When we losing, I'm coming. I'm gonna try to come back. I'm coming. I am coming, and I'm gonna make sure my Twitter blows up because I'm gonna be so mad, and I'm gonna just start saying everybody is terrible.
and I'll retweet all of it. I'll set you up. I'll keep firing it out and giving you all the publicity you want. Shaq, good talking to you, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Tyson,
have a good night.
Be safe, man.
You too. All right. The button.